Our next speaker tonight is a regular here and a good personal friend of mine, Gary Hicks.
It is partly a plug for a magazine out of San Francisco called Compages. It comes out every once in a while, and it's a translation magazine. People do stuff in several different languages. So I'm going to read a couple of things from there, and plus one of my, well, a couple of things from there plus something else. First one is called The White House of Winnie Mandela by a fellow named William Mayer. Do you deny that you have running water? No. Do you deny that you have a hardwood floor and a carpet on that floor? No. Do you deny that you have more bedrooms than you have children? For the future, yes. Do you deny that you have a flushing toilet? No. Are we to believe that you built this house on the blood of your people? From the sale of my books, from the life of my husband? Yes. And that this house was built on the words of protest? Yes. Illegal demonstrations? Demonstrations to bury our dead? Yes. And this house will be used as headquarters, a place of operations? A country government? Yes. In the future? Soon, yes. So you mean then that this house, set in the middle of tin shacks, is a symbol of resistance? Then you don't believe these tin shacks will stand forever? No. The people will build houses. And these houses, according to you, will have running water? Yes. And hardwood floors and carpets? Yes. And windows? Facing the future? Yes. So, what you're telling us is that this house will be the new capital of South Africa? Yes. And should we drive up the hill to your house, the world will watch your being arrested? Yes. And if we pay extremists or agitators to accuse you of selling out, the people know who I am. And the red carpet leading up to the front of the house is the blood of our people. And the windows that look down upon the tin shacks have the eyes of our people. And the running water, the tears of our people. Thank you, Your Honor. Would the defendant like to say something on her behalf? She rises up out of the voices of millions. This next poem was written by someone who lived in San Francisco for a while and somehow wandered back to Boston, where he continued. It says in the back of the book that he continues to do political work, but sometimes I wonder. His name is Gary Hicks.
Who?
And the name of the poem is called April in D.C. It was written in English and it was translated into German, but I think I'm going to stick with what I know best. April in D.C. After a long time coming, and lost years are whole epochs, came the sounds of clapping of at least 280,000 hands, the glances at each other of at least 280,000 eyes, and the marching of at least as many feet. After a long time coming, and lost years are whole epochs, came the people to the nation's capital to march, past the White House and its bunker of Fuhrers, down the street past the Department of Just Us and other late Empire edifices, finally arriving at the Capitol lawn. In the front, behind the speakers, stood the Capitol building of the servants of Capitol, scaffolded, its marble once again being sandblasted white against coloration like the country of its location. To our back stood the statue of Grant and the Grand Army of the Republic, facing down that obelisk of Jefferson, Egyptian in design, with red blinking lights that by night liken it unto a Klansman having had too much hooch and looking ornery at the sky. After a long time coming, in lost years are whole epochs, we came, we the people of the rainbow, of our class, our kind of people whose time has come. We came on the trains, on buses and planes, in cars, on foot, thumbing rides, by wheelchair. There were lots of children and teenagers whose shouting and slogans made some of us feel a few miles older, tears welling, our eyes knowing that we've succeeded creating those who will come after us and make us look like conservatives. After a long time coming, and lost years are whole epochs, we're a few miles closer to Jubilee. A friend of mine who I co-teach Sunday school with, we were talking about the invasion of Honduras the other day, and she kind of made the remark that it was kind of a Roach Hotel effect, that these folks may be dropping in, but they may not be able to check out. So this poem is dedicated to Anne Brink, who popped this idea. It's called El Hotel Cucaracha de Honduras. See them come in jumbo transports, in Huey choppers, being dropped in parachutes and forming their mile radius perimeters, into which some U.S. trained general drives up in a jeep, welcomes them in the name of all kinds of freedoms, whereupon they shout, "See, see," while silently trying to just say no to their worst-held fears of death impending. Will we see them leave? Will they be able to leave? They can march and helicopter all about, all they want, but can they leave once they've set foot upon the flypaper of the world's peoples?
Thank you very much, Gary.